of the session, application in teacher education. Actually, application and experiment. Okay. So when it comes to application, I hope everyone would have received the handout. The application part of a lesson is where the rubber meets the road. It is also essential to effective language teaching. After a new language skill has been introduced and presented by the teacher and practiced by the students, the lesson is far from over. The teacher must evaluate the students to make sure that they are performing the new skill correctly and then provide activities that require students to take what they have practiced in class and try to apply it correctly in real life situations. Okay, now when it comes to application, the title itself says that it's an applied method. It's an applied way in the form of education. Okay, now when it comes to application, it's where you apply your skills, apply your teaching practice, apply your teaching performances, show out, okay, to highlight everything what you to apply everything what you have learned. These real life situations may be in class, out of class, or both. Here are some examples of applications for particular lessons. After learning about and practicing English numbers during the first phases of a lesson, application. Students might be asked to use these words in the application phase of the lesson by giving their own address or telephone number. After learning to read a particular bus schedule during the first phases of a lesson, okay, now when it comes to numbers, mathematics, okay, now application is how you apply, how you uh, how you produce what you learned. All right. So this application part plays a major role. All right. So here examples are given when students might be asked to use these words in the application phase of the lesson by giving their own address or telephone number. Okay, now teachers they ask, from where did you come? Where are you coming from? Okay, then what's your telephone number? Okay, so if you're able to relate your address and your telephone number, then that means you have applied a certain source of educational structure over there. Okay, so if you can relate your if you can relate your address and your telephone number, then that's where you succeed in applying the knowledge of what you have learned. Application. Students might be asked to get information from another bus schedule or a slightly different type of a schedule. After practicing a particular difficult English sound during the first phases of a lesson. Okay, so this is implied when you ask a particular schedule of a bus. Okay, now you all know what is a schedule. All right, the time schedules. All right, so that implies for a further difficult English phase of a lesson. English structure. Application. Students might apply their new pronunciation skill by learning a famous quote or even a tongue twister that uses that sound. After learning the proper form of a job application letter and reading several model letters in English. Okay, now when it comes to an applied English lesson, that's where the student applies famous quotes. Okay, now like you all read the memes that comes in WhatsApp and Facebook and Instagram and all those. Okay, like that the student applies these tongue twisters. Okay, there are tongue twisters also that implies into the sources of education application model. After learning the proper form of a job application letter and reading several model letters in English. Okay, so now English is not only based in grammar. Okay, grammatical structures are elaborated in letter writing, essay writing, characteristic sketches. Okay, so all those, the knowledge of English applies to all of those categories. Application. Students could write their own letter of application for a job they would like to have. Now you try it. Come up with an application to follow these activities. After practicing and asking for an item at the lost and found role play situation in class. Okay, so application is where, like I said before, application is where you imply the particular sources of education. Okay, where you produce your knowledge of what you learned. All right, do you have any doubts regarding this application? Before moving on to the next field, can you all hear me?
Miss,
Yes, darling.
Miss, can you explain the last one?
The last example of application.
Yes.
Yeah. Students could. Yes, Uma Darshani. Okay. Students could write their own letter of application for a job they would like to have. Okay, now before you produce your curriculum vitae, you write an application letter, okay, for a particular job reference. All right, so that's where you will be able to apply the knowledge what you learned. Your English language, especially when you're writing an English letter, when you're writing a letter in English, that's where you produce all what you learned, all your grammatical field, your letter writing structure. Okay, so the modern letter writing structure is all on the left side. Okay, so that is the modern way of writing letters in English, especially. Okay, all have to be on the left side of the paper. Okay, it's never on the right side. Okay, so whatever you write, your address, your name, the date, the opening salutation, the closing salutation, everything has to be on the left side of the page. All right, is it clear?
Yes,
That's
Miss.
where you apply. That's where you apply your knowledge of English. Okay, so application is where you apply, you produce it, you produce your knowledge. Okay, so when it comes to teacher training, okay, that's where everything has to be produced. Class control, how to, the way you output your knowledge, whether the child has grasped what you of your outputs. Okay, so the application part is very, very important in teacher education. Okay, that plays a major role because the student teacher collaboration implies through the application field. All right, the understanding of a student and a teacher is depicted through the application field. Any other doubts, Madarshani? Okay, moving on to experiment. Okay, experiment field in teacher education. What are classroom experiments? Classroom experiments are activities where any number of students work in groups on carefully designed guided inquiry questions. Materials provide students with the means of collecting data through interaction with typical laboratory materials, data simulation tools, or a decision-making environment, as well a series of questions that lead to discovery-based learning. Okay, now when you say experiment, okay, it's where you find several numbers of students questioning, okay, inquiring in your teaching process. Okay, so all children are not the same. There are some extroverts who ask a lot of questions and try to experiment different fields of education. Now, when it comes to history, there is lots of subjects, lots of paths where children might experiment. Okay, so it is up to the teacher to have more knowledge, to be prepared, okay, to answer the questions that come in hand. Okay, so you have to have the basic knowledge as well as outer knowledge when it comes to the experiment education. Okay, because the children might twist and turn and ask many questions, ask a variety of questions. So it is the teacher's ability. The teacher should be very particular in answering those particular questions. During the experiment itself, the student and instructor collect data or observations. However, the most critical role for the instructor is to act as facilitator, asking leading questions and drawing attention to interesting results. A well-designed experiment targets common student misconceptions, focusing on major ideas that students will need to understand correctly in order to support deep learning. Okay, like I said before, the younger students are very particular in asking inquisitive questions. Okay, so it is the teacher's target whether or not to answer them in a critical way. Okay, so you have to be very competitive with the students who ask questions. Okay, you can't just ignore any student and just, if you have favoritism, you can't just answer any student, the extreme extroverts. Okay, you can't just ignore the other ones and answer the extreme extroverts. Okay, you have to treat all the students as the same. All right. Classroom experiments differ from classroom demonstrations because the students are involved in collecting data or observations. However, just as in an interactive classroom demonstration, students involved in classroom experiments can be asked to make predictions and to reflect upon their observations. Okay, not only the teacher talking, you can make the child, you can make the student also to ask questions, to explain uh, particular areas of different chapters. Okay, now when it comes to history, science, geography, you can ask the students to reflect their knowledge, okay, to share their knowledge, share their information, whatever you have on with regard to the subject what you're teaching. Now, when it comes to geography, there are so many stuff that these children know, okay, the students. So you can ask ideas from those students and get more knowledge, okay, get more information regardless of what you are teaching. All experiments involve collecting observations or observing actions to try to answer a question or solve a problem. However, there are differences between research and teaching experiments. Classroom experiments do this as part of a class to help students learn more about the material they are studying. In this case, the hypothesis to be tested will generally be derived from material contained in a textbook or other course materials. Research experiments generally involve both control and treatment groups in order to facilitate comparison. In the classroom, an observational experiment where students see what happens can also be useful. Okay, now these practical sessions, okay, now in your science lab, in your art class, okay, in your dancing sessions. Okay, so you can see what is happening. Okay, so the students will gain knowledge of what they see as well. Okay, so now experiments, what is more effective, telling an experiment or just showing it practically? What way is more effective?
Showing practically.
Showing it practically. Okay, what will happen if you just tell it verbally? Will the students understand?
No.
No. Okay, there are some students who will grasp what the experiment is about, but the majority likes to see practical stuff during science lessons, practical experiments. Okay, rather than telling it out verbally. Many students will be highly excited if you drag them to the lab, show what are you experimenting, and highlight the method. Okay, show out the method of how you are experimenting a certain subject, certain field in science. Okay, so many children keep in mind of what they see. Okay, so there are learners. There are learners of what there are learners who learn of what the teacher verbally says. But more effective way is where you show them practically of what is being taught. Okay. While the nature of the goals for classroom experiments is the same, experiments themselves vary widely across disciplines due to the fundamental differences in the disciplines themselves. For example, solubility is an important concept in chemistry. A classroom experiment might observe the behavior of a number of chemical substances and investigate the extent to which they are soluble. By contrast, market price is an important concept in economics. A classroom experiment might observe the behavior of student traders and investigate the prices at which they trade an experimental good. Okay, now when it comes now, have you all had these fairs during school sessions? School fairs, school exhibitions.
Yes.
Yes. Now, why do you think they involve students in these school fairs and exhibitions? Teachers can do it, no, without the students getting themselves involved.
The student skills may be developed.
Yes, very good, darling. The students' skills, okay, mainly practical skills of how to deal with money, how to sell stuff, how to elaborate, how to produce an exhibit. Okay, so all those skills will develop practically. Okay, when you have practical sessions like this. So experimenting is a good chance where students highlight uh, their knowledge in certain fields of subjects. Okay, some of the examples are in marketing. Students might examine how information about a food's health benefits affects consumer purchasing decisions. In mathematics, students might investigate sine waves using weights and springs. In physics, students might investigate properties of circuits. In political science, students might investigate voting behavior by participating in an election exercise. In sociology, students might look at inequality by making decisions in an environment where some students have an unearned advantage compared to others. Okay, so these are some examples of how experimenting will produces a positive impact on the students. All right. So in marketing, what will students learn? During a marketing session, what will students learn?
how information about the food health
Yeah,
benefits.
the value and benefits of purchasing food.
Decision.
Okay, food products and consumer purchasing. In mathematics,
Investigate.
Sine waves using weights and springs.
yes, how to use weights and springs during investigation of sine waves. In physics,
Properties of circuits.
yes, students might get the knowledge of properties of circuits. In political science,
Investigate voting behavior by participating in election.
yes, now in political science, especially in higher education, they teach how to vote. Okay, the benefits of being a voter. Okay, so how to behave during a voting session and election. Okay, all those are taught in political science. In sociology,
Making by making different environment where some students have a
yeah, students will learn the
advantage
advantages and
of
disadvantages of the living in an environment. Okay, how to live in a society. Okay, so that's where experimenting comes into hand, makes a student's life positive or negative. Okay, mostly positive. Some possible goals of classroom experiments are that students participate in include discovering existing scientific concepts, elicit misconceptions, formulating questions involving students in the designs of experiments, creating and revising models, understanding the relationship between empirical research and models, learning how scientific studies are conducted. Best practices in classroom experiments have evolved beyond traditional laboratories where students follow a series of steps with the goal of replicating existing scientific knowledge. Classroom experiments are not limited to small classes. However, involving a large class in a classroom experiment may require the use of teaching assistants, clickers, or other technology. Some related teaching pedagogies. Students participating in cooperative learning exercises might be doing an experiment. However, there are a number of other possible tasks. Some classroom experiments are cooperative learning exercises wherein other students work independently during the experiment. Data simulations use physical materials or computer-generated data to give students a chance to make predictions and come up with the rules that describe a phenomenon. Guided discovery problems and indoor labs allow students to complete a series of assigned steps and learn a new concept as they go. When compared to classroom experiments, indoor labs are most likely to take place outside of class. They are what one traditionally thinks of as a science lab. Interactive demonstrations are similar to classroom experiments, except the instructor describes the experiment and then carries it out in front of the class. For the most part, classroom experiments are a special case of process-oriented guided inquiry learning, which divides students into self-managed teams to participate in guided inquiry activities. Okay, like I said before, experimental field in education makes a student grasp more knowledge, okay, more practical knowledge rather than verbal theories. All right. So are there any doubts to be clarified?
Miss,
Yes, darling.
Miss, classroom experiment as in it happens in labs or anywhere. It can be inside the classroom also, right? Like group works.
Yes. Okay, group
It
activity works also. It works as an experiment.
okay.
All right. Any other doubts? Uma Darshani, do you have any other doubts, darling?
No, ma'am.
Sure.
Yeah,
All
ma'am.
right. Did you submit the second assignment?
Yeah, ma'am.
Everyone? Ruma? Sorry, Razmina?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to give you 3 assignments. So is it okay if I give 3 assignments at once and then give a period of time for them to finish?
Sorry, like them, I mean, like one by one, it will be easy for them also, no? Because when it comes to marking, so we can give a short period of time, like around 5 days, like for one assignment. That would be fine.
5 days for one assignment.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
All right, sir. All right. Can you take down this question as homework, dear?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Give me a moment. Give me 2 minutes, please. All right. Can you take down this question, girls?
Yeah,
Yes,
ma'am.
miss.
Yeah. Describe classroom experiment. Describe classroom
Okay,
experiment
ma'am.
in your own words. By highlighting examples
Ma'am.
in relation to the application field.
And say again in your own words.
Miss,
In
by
relation
highlighting examples.
in relation with the application field.
Miss, the examples we have to write in the tute.
Yes, dear.
Okay.
Okay, so if you can, other than the examples I have given you, if you have any other examples, then you can highlight those as well.
Ma'am, please say again the question. Describe
Sorry?
classroom experiment.
I can't hear you,
Describe
Madarshani.
classroom. Please say again the question, ma'am.
Describe classroom experiment in your own words. By highlighting examples
In your own
with
words, by highlighting
highlighting examples with relation to the application field.
relation with the application field.
With relation to the application field.
To the application field. Okay, ma'am.
All right. Are there any more doubts to be clarified?
No.
Uma Darshani?
No, ma'am.
No doubts? Okay, so then can we wind up for today? Because that's all I have prepared for.
Yeah, sure, ma'am, no problem.
Miss, this is homework, right?
Yes, darling, that's homework.
Okay.
All right. Okay, then we are done with the syllabus. I'll give you some assignments as well. Be prepared for those. All right. Goodbye. Have a nice day.